pull your tears back. We put the bang and produce. You got no chance of hanging. They take the tails when you're flipping the quarter. We ain't slowing down, we crashing through the border.
So let the rhythm hit him, just let the rhythm hit him. Cause when you feel it in your soul, lift the sound system. Now turn it up, a little louder, turn it up. A little louder, turn it up. We never turn it down, universal sound. When we move the pound, take a look around. When we touch the town, knock the way, stomping in my big black J's. Corny, get stuck in the maze. We never suffer fools, had enough of you. False friends and loose ends make me wanna fool. That we got another world tour, touching every shore, from Cali to Singapore.
Every day I'm seeing more in the temple as we rock up tempo instrumentals. I saw my dream in a dream, then I woke up. Put the dream team together, now we one time.
So let the rhythm hit him, just let the rhythm hit him. Cause when you feel it in your soul, lift the sound system. Now turn it up, a little louder, turn it up. A little louder, turn it up.
God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast and 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things. That's it.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the San Francisco 49ers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come, we get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week. It takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
Herbert operating from the red zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen with career touchdown number 60. And the Chargers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Chargers 7, 49ers 7.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Lance looking to throw it. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he brings this one back. back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
Chargers 14, 49ers nothing.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From his end zone, Wilson. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
He's got a man, complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked.
Now the number 8 rusher in the NFL last season, it's Elijah Mitchell.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Throwing now is Lance. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 34-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Shotgun now for Lance. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Lance looks to throw again. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by Nasir Adderley.
And the Chargers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. Wide open, it's Allen, complete.
Finding room at midfield. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Keenan Allen with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
1st down. Here's Mitchell.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Well, this defense for the Chargers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Steps away. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
On play action, Lance. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Now Lance.
Man open, that's Ray McLeod. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 22-yard line.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance.
Out to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Again, it's Lance.
Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. Touchdown! George Kittle, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Niners get a bit closer. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10
at their own 26. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Herbert now. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward.
And the Niners are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
On the double. Strike. Check. Strike. Strike. Right. Cut.
Play action. Now it's Lance.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
And here's the 6-year man, Austin Eckler. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
He's airing it out for Williams. And this one is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
He finds his target, Allen. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Herbert off of play action. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. What a play. The big man comes up with the interception. Puts together, Charles, a nice little return, too.
Yeah, he's not going to make anybody forget Darrell Green or Rod Woodson, but look at him lug that thing. He decided it was his. A lot of people might have thought about lateraling it there. No shot. Trying to take it the distance.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal, trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Elijah Mitchell with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are back within a score. Gold with the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Charger drive about to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Escaping the pressure right. He's got Allen. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He'll buy some time right. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. A big play there for L.A. 45 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Again, Herbert. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's got to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Herbert. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack.
Well, that's what they have to do more defensively, not just getting sacks. We have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. He finds his receiver Williams for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Chargers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14.
The score, Chargers 28, 49ers 14. Dustin Hopkins.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
From his end zone, Wilson. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
Herbert on first down now. On the screen, this is Eckler. Touchdown, Chargers.
Austin Eckler.
A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chargers take a 3-touchdown lead.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
49ers 14.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
From his end zone, Wilson. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions. And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one and ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll run for it with Eckler, and he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And he goes down, it's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on 3rd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety.
I have to think the sooner halftime can get here for them, the better, because that first half has been rough. And that safety, it only adds to their issues. The other sideline, though, I think they're fine if we just skip the break and keep playing.
And they will get the first down here as they move into field goal range as well, inside the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. Throwing on second and long. Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
That might be the third down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
So we have reached halftime. Intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. From his end zone, Wilson. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Striker, 3-3.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lance. And this one's incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And now here's another interception. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert. That's into the hands of Eckler. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent, you get 5. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab, and the Chargers are an extra point away from going up by 30. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. From his end zone, Wilson. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And this is going to be a Charger touchdown. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From his end zone, Wilson. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Khalil Mack, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly.
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those are...
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. From his end zone, Wilson. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, After we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Now play fake. Lance.
And he will find his man Samuel. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Deebo Samuel, 51 yards.
And the 49ers are able to at least get one score back.
Gold able to tack on the extra point. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. He'll get this out wide to Eckler.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. It's his guy on the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Touchdown!
Jalen Guyton.
66 yards.
And the Chargers get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
From his end zone, Wilson. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Off of play action, here's Lance.
On the move to his left.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On 2nd and 10, Lance. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Chargers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 18.
He'll hand off here to Eckler.
And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That's the run he's been waiting for, Charles. He's been bottled up all game. That run alone got him more yards than he had in all his previous carries combined.
And don't think for a second he doesn't know that, because every back that I know can almost calculate every yard with every step that they take. Had to be frustrated because of what's happened during the game. Has to feel a lot better after that run.
Tackle by Emmanuel Mosley.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now it's Herbert. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett.
And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, Doug. He's happy about this play. Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand.
And now here is another interception.
And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, and they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit.
He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. This is a counter play. Eckler.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. Touchdown, L.A. Gerald Everett, 31 yards.
And the Chargers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
49ers 21.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
From his end zone, Wilson. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover. They want to try and put points on the board.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage. And now 3rd and 11 coming up.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
Lance looking to throw it. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
17. Hustle. 10 cycles.
And Lance going to throw. And boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tied game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Lance. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Austin Johnson gets the sack defensively.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy.
Down. Left. Swing, yellow, blue, check. Smash, red. Ready.
Desperation time here. Lance. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 64 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get...
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
On the ready.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Lance to throw it. Can't get away, and he's taken down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long.
Light blue. Black shot. Blue, go. Ultra. Go ultra.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. And my goodness, another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. They're going to pass here with Herbert. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward.
And the 49ers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down.
Ready. Field flat. Yellow, go.
Now Lance.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Derwin James with a pick.